Hey, Ricky, guess what? It's Vlogmas.
Christy is checking out her haul yesterday.
Taking a grammable picture.
Oh, what's a grammable picture?
Grammable, Instagrammable.
Oh, a grammable picture. Oh, she's getting all fancy.
Not really. I just want to show it all.
Yeah. Fancy.
I'm excited about this new hoop. We'll see how that works.
Show my viewers. Oh, wait. Hurry up with your picture.
Sorry.
The hoop is underneath.
The hoop's underneath. You can edit this out. Are you keeping this part in?
I don't know. Christy taking your Instagram picture. Is that Vlogmas worthy?
I don't know that it is. And us bantering about the hoop.
Yes. Well, they're interested in the hoop.
So it's a spring hoop, and so it has a spring inside. And
like a plasticky outside.
A plasticky outside, and so the tension is actually on the inside of the hoop. And I think that this is like a Korean or like a Japanese style hoop.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm really pleased, and it's 7 inches, which I like because most of my embroideries are 6 inches. So 7 inches is kind of perfect. So we will try that out. Maybe I'll put it on my moth, and we'll see.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'm surprised you weren't using it last night.
Yeah, well, I was already hooped.
Yeah. Okay.
And ready to go.
All right. Okay.
Anyway.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then she has to work. Good morning. Happy Vlogmas. Merry Christmas Eve. I'm in a new spot today because Christy's up and she's working at the table. So I thought I'd sit here and relax, have my coffee, open my Advents and say, Merry Christmas Eve. Oh, and I knew I was going to forget. Happy Hanukkah yesterday. Does it count if I say Happy Hanukkah the day before Hanukkah and the day after Hanukkah starts? But today's still Hanukkah because Hanukkah's 8 days, so it's okay. Day 24. So I dumped out all my yarns onto my chair and took a picture. And I will try to remember to put a picture, put the picture in my Vlogmas today. of all my yarn. I dumped it on the chair and I put it in, oh, I can show you, because I put it in the bag. I put it in the bag because I sat here last night and worked on my blanket. So, for the first time ever, Dennis has had an opinion about my blanket. Look at all these yarns. These are just from this advent. And these are the ones that haven't gotten in the blanket yet. And I have probably done 10 rows. Look. Anyway, this is such a cute bag. Thank you, Megan. So anyway, last night was the first time Dennis had ever expressed any opinion about my blanket. And he wanted to know, is it going to be king size? Can we use it on our bed? I'm like, no, it's not quite king size, you know, because I didn't make it wide enough. Its dimensions aren't quite big enough to use it on the bed. And I'm stopping it on New Year's Eve. I made that announcement on my podcast. I was like, when do you know you're done? I'm finishing it at the end of this year. But I'm going to start another one. And it's going to be king size. That's really, you know, when I say that out loud, I'm like, am I crazy? This is Bleeding Art yarn. I don't know. What does that say on the bottom? Megan will tell me. She tells me, well, every time I get it wrong, she tells me what it is or who it is. Can 4 a.m. 2017. Can you, at the bottom of there. Anyway, it's a beautiful gray, mottled gray. Thank you, Megan. And let me know what that says, because I can't read your writing. And from Susan. So anyway, apparently in 2020, I am going to chain on a king size blanket. Oh, that's pretty. I love these yellows and oranges. Gnome Acres. It's a little blown out. There you go. And giant one. That was from Susan. Thank you, Susan. Yesterday was her birthday. Happy birthday, Susan. That was the day my daughter Christy was due to be born. On December 23rd. She, however, was late and came on the 28th. So her birthday is on Saturday, but she will be in Spain. She and Rich are going to Spain. Going to Barcelona. That should be so much fun. Oh, another candy and Caribbean Crush tea. How fun. Christy will get the candy because I don't eat the candy. And this is beautiful. This is the same yarn, I guess. I'll wrap. Pearl. Pearl's got looking out the door. Juniper Moon. Harriet Fine. Baby alpaca blended with nylon for durability. All right, I'm going to go. Oh, Aqua Marina. That's beautiful and soft. I wonder if I put alpaca in my blanket. I don't know why not. Thank you very much, Sandy. What an amazing array of yarns I have gotten from these ladies. Let me go see what Pearl has to say. I don't know what she was barking about, but she stopped so I can talk more if I want to. I don't have anything else much to say. Today, I think we're sticking around the house pretty closely, although we may make a run. If we were talking about having sashimi for our appetizer, because Dennis and I made our own homemade pickled ginger, which we're interested in eating. And sashimi's yummy. And we have a fish store that we can go and get it, but Christmas Eve in this area, I imagine the fish store is going to be completely mobbed. Because isn't it traditional for the Italians to have 7 fishes?
Yes.
My daughter's half Italian. She says yes. So that makes me think that the fish store might be busy because there's a lot of Italian Americans around here. But we might venture out for that. But other than that, I guess I'm not sure. I'm hoping my mother-in-law can come this afternoon. I'm sure my father-in-law won't come. And so it'll be a quiet day. Dennis is going to smoke spare ribs in his smoker. The smoked thighs were so delicious. I don't remember if I told you about the smoked thighs. A restaurant in State College, I had a huge appetizer, which was my meal. It wasn't an appetizer for me, which was smoked buffalo thighs. And so it was chicken thighs that were smoked and then made, deep fried and made buffalo style, which is, pepper sauce and blue cheese and celery. And they were so delicious. I couldn't believe it. And so Dennis got the smoker, so that was the first thing he made. And that's what we had for our appetizer last night. And they were delicious. I was so excited. So we won't typically have them for appetizer. We normally have them just for dinner. But and they were yummy. So he will be smoking the spare ribs today for our dinner tonight. So we'll Skype with Jason and Allison and the granddaughters when they open their presents, and we open our present, except I already got my present from Christy. And she gave me a new video opening and a new song for my podcast. And so I will be previewing that. You will get to see that at the end of my Vlogmas. You'll see my new podcast opening that I will be premiering in the beginning of January. I think my next podcast is probably going to be maybe even New Year's Day. I don't know. But because then I can close the giveaway and announce the winners and do all that stuff. And so maybe I think New Year's Day will be a podcast day. And using my brand new opening with my new song. I'm so excited. She did such a beautiful job. She make me look professional. The whole rest of the podcast will still be the same. I'm not getting carried away. Anyway, so I am going to... Oh, I finished the knitting on her present. So today I have to sew. And I'll be done. Poor Rich. He's getting a, unfinished present, but he's got to get used to that now that he's going to be in the family. He's a nice guy. So anyway, I'll start my day. I wanted to take a little bit of finished objects footage on Christy's mitts. She asked for bath mitts again like I made her last year. And I made 2. I made the poppy colored one first. She had trouble keeping it on, so I thought if I had a thumb hole that would make it easier. But I was supposed to put a thumb hole on the other side too, and I forgot. I just kept going. But after I made this, it felt too big, so I made a smaller one. And I think this one is going to work. And I put thumb holes on both sides so she could use it either way. And I think this smaller size is going to work better, but she'll get them both. This is made out of shibui linen and some Habu stainless steel thread held together because she wanted the exfoliating sensation. And this is the one that Maisie decided to eat the needles out of, but in the end it didn't damage the knitting at all. So these are going to go in with a few other tchotchkes for a little Christmas gift for her. And I'm pretty happy with how they have turned out. I'm sorry this one's so big, but she'll use it, I'm sure. But I think this one is the perfect size. So if I ever make her another one, remind me, 50 cast-on stitches. This one was 60. Seems a whole lot bigger though, doesn't it? Maybe it was 65. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure this is 50. With a size 1 needle. So there you go. That's the recipe. And I'm gonna wrap presents now. Okay, getting ready to wrap. So this little pile is the pile of things that are gonna go with Christy's mitts. And I hope they all fit in this little Christmas thing, because that's what I'm using. And I'm going to make a Santa box for Rich's Behold. So we'll see how that goes. I don't have my tripod, so you're going to be off and on. Did Rich a favor and I took the needle out. But it's turned out really well. It's I've got more outlining to do, backstitching to do around the people and to make the faces. I have to finish the one word. And there are some French knots for eyes and as a decoration on the building. Oh, and I have to do the field, which is just going to be backstitching across here. A barren field, so I think he's going to like it. I mean, he picked it, so he better like it. Okay, so that turned out cute. I think he'll like that. And now I'm going to roll these up with red ribbon and put some pink and purple tissue paper. She's been starting, now that she's doing embroidery, she's started to collect little scissors. So I have a little scissors for her, sheep scissors, so she'll like that. And we'll see how this goes. So there we go. Merry Christmas to Christy and Rich. So I'm hoping to take some video tonight. We're going to Skype with Jason and Allison and the granddaughters to open our presents together. So my present I've already opened because I got my intro to my podcasting. Christy played it for me so that I would be able to adjust it if I wanted to. And I did make the intro a little bit longer. And I will be opening my Christmas presents from my Advent tonight because we do that. That's when we open our presents. So we're doing that. So looking forward to that. Meanwhile, Dennis is cooking and I was listening to Christmas music, which there hasn't been that much video because of course I use my phone for that. Anyway. Okay, so I still look terrible, but we've been lounging around at home and everybody was cash, and so I stayed cash too. Been working on finished up Christy's gift, and it's all wrapped and ready to go, as you saw. And opening my Christmas presents, my 25th presents. This is what is from Megan. And we're going to Skype with the kids in a few minutes. So I will see whether I... Ooh, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Nana, Cindy, and Z. Aotearoa. Taroa? Oh, Taroa, hand-dyed yarn and fiber. Cindy Walter, and of course it's from New Zealand. 100% Lush Superwash Merino. Splish Splash is the colorway, and it's a DK. Oh, that is beautiful. Thank you so much, Megan. Oh my gosh. I love that. And I really have very little DK. So I'm very excited to have this. Thank you so much. This is absolutely gorgeous. Merry Christmas, my dear. And it's already Christmas. It's already Christmas for you. Merry Christmas. I hope you liked what I gave you. Aotearoa. Aotearoa
is the Maori name for New Zealand.
Oh, Dennis is Mr. Phone. Anytime I have a question, he looks it up on his phone. Aotearoa, the Maori name for New Zealand. Now I've learned something, and now maybe some of you have too. So this is from Susan. Look at that cute little Santa bell. Oh my gosh, that's so adorable. Oops. Oh, camera's this way, Barb. Very adorable. Merry Christmas to you too, Susan, and I hope you had a wonderful birthday yesterday. I guess I've said that before. I don't know. You can't say that too many times. It's not possible. This is my Christmas Day present from her. Rip, rip, rip. Ooh, looks like it's got a pattern. It's got a pattern. Oh, it does. Veni, Vidi, I came, I saw, I conquered.
Except it's actually Wenny Weedy Weeky, which is not quite as inspiring.
My medieval scholar daughter says it's Wenny Witty Weeky. She's right. It's not quite as inspiring. This is cute. This is Megan Cheer. She lived in Egypt for a while. That's a cute little one-skein shawl that she made. Thank you so much. And this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is Egyptian gold. Well, you know, Susan's been very supportive of our trips to Egypt. She gave me a book about Egypt, and she's given me lots of Egypty things. Egyptian gold. How gorgeous is this? I'm going to knit this skein of yarn. I'm going to knit this pattern because I am very interested in little one-skein shawls that you can use as an accessory, because I have several sweaters that I just want a little something around my neck. I don't, you know, it's not like a winter thing. And this is Knit for Comfort. Knit for Comfort. How beautiful. Fingering, 25% superwash merino, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, fingering weight. Oh, gorgeous. And I'm making this. Thank you so much. And look at her standing. Dennis, look at that. She's standing at the picture spot where all the pyramids show. You've seen me at that picture spot if you watch my podcast. Very lovely. Thank you so much, Susan. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, I wonder if I could do it in DK too. And this giant package is from Sandy. Christmas Day. It's Christmas Day in New Zealand, so it's okay. Oh my gosh. Pepsi. Oops, sorry. Shh. Pearl, shush. Pepsi Spirit. It's got a clear, and it's got minis, more minis for my blanket. How beautiful. And so it's got a front pocket with minis. Thank you. And it's got something inside. Handmade for use. Spin and knit. GloriaPatry.com. I'm not sure what that is. I have to open it. It looks like a coupon of some kind. Knit Picks cable needles. Beautiful. I love these kind of cable needles. I almost gave you some of these, Sandy. These are beautiful, and mine are all plain. These are gorgeous. Thank you so much. And I got that cable needle necklace too. I'm cable needling. A new day. The Cozy Knitter. This is beautiful, and I love it. I gave one of my Advent ladies a set just like this. I don't think it was exactly the same color, but it might have been Sandy. I'm not sure which one it is. And luckily you will have already opened your Advent, I hope, by the time you see this. But that is hilarious. And I owned it and I loved it. And I gave it away anyway because I had to do my Christmas gifts from my stash because I couldn't shop for yarn. I love it. And I love the colors. And I was sad to put it in the Advent, I'll tell you the truth, because I do not have very many self-striping yarns. In fact, that might have been my last one, so I'm very happy to have this. Thank you so much. That's hilarious. I hope it wasn't you I sent this to. Oh. That would be funny. Well, we will see. I'll see on Instagram tomorrow because Sandy's been posting her advents on Instagram. But if it is, that would be pretty funny. You gotta admit. Thank you so much, Sandy. Thank you, ladies. Look at this gorgeous yarn. And you know I haven't gotten a lot of yarn this year. I've only gotten it in trades and things. Look at these beautiful colors. Thank you so much. You made my Christmas. That was so lovely. And you'll see my Christmas present from Rich and Christy at the end of my Vlogmas. So that was my present today. And I'm sure I have a calendar of my granddaughters coming in the mail, but it didn't get here yet. Which is too bad, because I could have taken my mother's to her when I go tomorrow. But, oh well. Thank you so much, ladies. I have really enjoyed our advent, and I hope everybody who watches the Vlogmas has too. And I guess I'll sign off a little later. So I'll just say goodbye. And thank you, ladies. I love the yarn. They're so nice. Well, everybody, this is it. Chrissy and Rich are on the road headed to her father's, where they will spend Christmas Day with her father's family. And Dennis and I just finished most of the dishes. A couple things are soaking. And Dennis cooked us a gorgeous meal. We smoked the spare ribs and they were delicious. And I talked to my brother and made our final plans for tomorrow. So we're off tomorrow to State College to have dinner with my family. And we're staying overnight with the dogs. We'll see how it works out. I'm a little stressed with the thought of it because their house is not dog proof. So we'll bring a big bag of toys. My nieces love dogs, and I'm going to maybe put them in charge of the girls. I don't know. It's not like they're 13 and 15 and I can just tell them what to do. You know, they're both grown-up women, so we'll see how that works. But anyway, I have had a wonderful time doing Vlogmas this December. And I appreciate those of you who stuck with me through the sniffles and the complaints. And there's Pearl playing with her snake that she got from David for Christmas. And anyway, so I will sign off for Vlogmas on 2019. I had such a lovely time doing it, and I really appreciate all the comments and support and likes, and it was so fun to do this with you all this December. And I'm wishing you all a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and I hope you have a wonderful New Year, and I plan to do a podcast, I think, New Year's Day or shortly thereafter. So I will see you then. Meanwhile, I will leave you, hopefully, if I can figure out how to do it, with the new introduction to my podcast that my daughter gave me for my Christmas present. So that will premiere on my podcast in 2020, but you get a sneak preview because you are Vlogmas viewers. Happy holidays, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye.